Welcome to Accessible Tech Thursdays, Text-to-Speech Part 2. In this part, we'll be covering printed text, Chromebooks and mobile phones, and also exam access arrangements.
So Claro had mentioned that they have a tool, Claro Scan Pen for printed text. Just to mention, there are some other options there as well. We've got Microsoft Seeing AI, which is a free app that you can download, and it's only available on iOS devices. So if you want something similar to that, then there's Envision AI, but Envision is a paid software. Those are designed for people with visual impairments, but have a real benefit for those with learning disabilities and any kind of print impairments as well. As it allows you to instantly read the world around you. So we've got some links for those. And scanning pens are also available here, and they've sent us a video to play. So we'll just share that one now. Okay.
This is a whistle-stop 5-minute training session from Julia Clouter, Head of Education for Scanning Pens. I was a teacher for 25 years and also a SENCO, SPLD teacher and advisor. Like many of you, I've also been the teacher with responsibility for introducing new technology and delivering new strategies. Our website and our YouTube channel are good places to supplement the information provided in this session if you want to find out more. We are an award-winning EdTech company who supply reader pens and exam readers to education services and individual users. We understand that introducing new technology can be daunting, but we have a great support package that sits beside our products. Scanning pens were originally designed to support dyslexic learners, but they can also support learners with other additional needs. These include SPLDs, weak literacy skills, low vision, and low self-confidence. It's also proved to be supportive for learners who struggle with language comprehension, English as additional language, and behaviour for learning. These tools are text scanners that convert text to speech and decode for the student. The reader pen contains a dictionary, a voice recorder, scan to file feature. This is a text scanner that can transfer text anywhere a cursor is flashing in a document. You can change lots of the features in the settings too. Reader pen will scan and read English, French and Spanish languages. You can personalize the functionality, for example, by switching from right to left-handed mode. The most important feature is the capacity to provide personalized independent learning support. A reader pen will read most text-based resources and provide socially distanced learning support. In addition to this socially distanced support, the learner quickly develops independence and self-reliance on their reading skills, and they improve. Reader pens can be used with blended, remote, hybrid learning models because they provide support when a learner reaches a reading block. Students can quickly overcome obstacles to comprehension and work at a productive pace. Reader pens also fit into flipped, flex and personalised learning pedagogy and overcomes the need for teachers to provide differentiated texts. It works independently of Wi-Fi, so can be used anywhere, and when provided to an individual learner, it becomes a passport to learning anywhere. Exam readers are an exam-focused, GDPR-approved version of the reader pen that's been specifically designed for exam conditions. It can be used with headphones, wired speakers, or through the pen's internal speaker. Most schools choose headphones to enable students to work in the main examination hall with the other students. The exam reader is JCQ approved and is a non-access arrangement in the UK. That means that if a student has been using a reader pen as their normal way of working, they are permitted to use an exam reader in most examinations. The JCQ is actively encouraging the use of examination reading pens in exams. If you're under pressure to provide additional rooming and human readers, this could be a cost-effective solution for you to consider. Scanning pens have an excellent library of materials. If you want more information on research, access arrangements, implementation, or want to see the videos that students have made showing how they use scanning pens, this is the place to look. Over the past year, scanning pens have added many free resources to improve implementation, learning support, and best practice to the website. The resources area has ideas for teaching and learning and self-supporting learning strategies. You'll also find pro formas that will enable you to evidence the impact of intervention and learning progress of your students. Scanning Pens offers schools and parents a free trial so you can explore this assistive technology support risk-free. If you would like to talk about trials or purchase pens, our business development managers will be happy to talk to you. If you explore a little further, you'll discover a strategy that could make a positive impact for your school's literacy development plan and SEN support offer. You'll find more about us at www.scanningpens.co.uk and on our YouTube channel, where you'll find playlists for case studies, academic research, training videos, reviews and testimonials. The BDM team can support with sales information, on-demand webinars, product information and support to implement scanning pen strategies. We're a small team, but we're all helpful and we have a helpline that's available to answer your questions or solve any problems you might have and give advice. We also have live help online at our website www.scanningpens.co.uk.
Okay, thanks to Scanning Pens for providing that. Again, some different features and the ability to access printed text there, which, as we're discussing, is very important. We will just kind of go through a few of the other options. Chromebooks have their own inbuilt tool. We've put a step-by-step in the notes there, so you can follow that through. That is built in. Apple, iOS, iPhones and iPads, there's also an inbuilt tool. We've included a video guide to lead you through the steps to do that. And Android, Samsung and Google also have an inbuilt tool. So I'll just quickly show you the Android one, as it's quite similar in some ways to the iPhone one, in that it's a mobile phone. So I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so this is my home screen. From here, you need to click on the settings. Once you're in settings, sometimes there's an accessibility option there, and that's generally best practice. On others, you'll have to go dig a little bit further, and there'll be something like with this phone where you have to go to additional settings. If in doubt, there's a search function on most settings pages these days where you can just start typing in accessibility options and it'll help you get to what you want. So within accessibility, you can go down to select to speak. Now it's important to mention at this moment, and this is why I showed the Android one, it can be quite easy to get to see talkback at the top of the screen. Now, talkback is for learners who have a visual impairment and need everything read on the screen. So it will change the way you access your phone. So you'll have to do things like double clicks and things like that. Lots of people have gone to use text-to-speech and got caught in talkback on their phones. And they get in touch and we have to try and free them from it. So it's important to go to the select to speak option. So once you select that, you can turn it on, click allow, and then what you'll get is a little button right at the bottom right there. You can see there's a little person. That's the accessibility button. What I'm also doing is making sure that I'm turning up the volume on the accessibility options. If you're not hearing anything, that might be why. So now I can click on the
When select to speak is on, you can tap specific
and yeah, as it says, tap specific
items on your screen to hear them read aloud. Start select to speak. Then you can tap a specific item, like text or an image. Drag your finger across the screen to select multiple items. Tap the play button to hear everything on the screen. Select text that appears inside the camera view.
Okay, so we just demonstrated that on a mobile phone just with the settings menu, but you can use that for messages that you're receiving from people. You can do it with websites. So it's a way of making your mobile phone accessible as well as the other devices. So we're almost finished now. We've just got some exam accessibility just to mention, and then some resources. So for exam accessibility, it's a really important time. The JCQ have announced, that's the qualifications body for the UK, that Senkos may wish to consider the use of technology to a much greater extent. And this is obviously due to the difficulties with readers and scribes, but also a better preparation for further and higher education and the world of employment, as we previously said. So how do you go about that? Order digital papers and follow the JCQ guidance, and make it your learner's normal way of working. So that means that it's not just something they use in exams, it's something they use on a week-by-week basis. That's really good practice anyway, not just for exams. So we've included a few sections on exam accessibility there that you can use, just the main pull-out sections. So they've got read aloud and the use of an examination reading pen, such as scanning pens that we mentioned earlier. So I've included the link there for the JCQ guidance. What we've done today, all of the tools that we've used, we've put into a spreadsheet, and we're going to add some different information about the different kind of links there are there and the different features there are. So hopefully you'll find that useful. And we've also got, this is a really useful further resource with some short 2-minute videos on accessibility built into things like your phone and reading selections in Office 365 and things like that. There's also a free poster there because we were lucky enough to work with the ETF to provide this, and I think it's the kind of thing that would be really good in learning centres and classrooms, just to highlight the kind of tools that you can use. Yeah, so Erica, do you want to kind of finish off the slides?
Yeah, we've just put our Twitter handles on there for High Fairland School, National Star, and Balcarras, who are paired with National Star for the EdTech Demonstrator Programme. So Neil Oldham is our head teacher, and he's quite prolific on Twitter. I don't know how many of you are on Twitter, but he's always promoting and sharing, as are everybody else on the list. So hopefully, and I did see, I think it was the DFE, Neil, that retweeted about the access arrangements. So I'm thinking it is very much on, I think we spoke last week, didn't we, in our introduction webinar, which is on our YouTube channel, about actually lockdown has really kind of catapulted the need for some of these resources to be used. And because some systems have shown how effectively they can be used during this kind of period of remote learning, which who knows, you know, we may go through this second lockdown period and have to go back to that. So it's really about keeping those skills up to date and make sure that we're using things. And as Neil mentioned, using the full features of some of the things that you've already got and using in school, like Microsoft Online or Google Docs. You know, some of these features are built in, which it might be a case of becoming a bit more familiar with those.
Great, thanks.
So over the next couple of weeks, we've got lots more webinars coming up. We've been broken them down. So at the moment, obviously, we're looking at access, and then after or around half term, we're looking at delivery. And this Tuesday, my colleague Sarah Alderman is delivering one on early switch skills. So that's on a Tuesday. So we've got 2 next week, and then we've got dictation next Thursday with Neil and myself.
Great, thanks, Erica. Just to mention that David had a question about using text-to-speech on Samsung. That's a good question. I do remember setting that up previously on a phone and finding it a little bit different. I think they have their own accessibility center, so it's a bit different. So what I'll do is I'll look that up and make sure that that's in the email that we send out to all attendees. And yeah, just to mention that we've got a YouTube channel there at the top where this recording will be sent, and underneath the YouTube channel, the YouTube video, there'll be the folder with all of these resources there, so you can go back and you can use them and you can share them. If you are interested in further assistance, if you've thought, wow, there's a lot here, I'm a bit overwhelmed with this, I need some more hands-on help, then sign up for assistance using https://edtech-demonstrator.lgfl.net, and we've got our Twitter, LinkedIn and Facebook links there as well. I think that's all that remains, apart from to thank all of the many people that contributed to this week. I know it's a bit of a monster of a webinar with an awful lot of content, but hopefully it's this kind of one-stop place where people can come to for all this text-to-speech. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.